What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's doing well. Guys, we are back with an update to a story. I was actually looking forward to to this one. Guys, if you don't remember this story, let me tell you what happened. So, this story basically this woman, his wife, soon to be ex-wife, was asking for an open marriage. He said, "You know what? How about divorce?" And he dumped her. He filed for divorce immediately. Guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I recently did this story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to play it first. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about, go down to the description, click part 2. It'll take you straight to his update. It's wild. Guys, let's get into it. You did the right thing. If she's asking for an open marriage, it's time to open the divorce papers. Absolutely. Here you go. We're done. You're free. You're single now. Go be on your own. You did the
Wife
right
asked for
thing.
open marriage, now regretting it. I had her serve divorce papers. Hello, true story. I'm writing this on Tuesday, February 4th, in my new apartment. I left my soon to be ex wife after she had the nerve to ask me for an open marriage. After I told her no and that we're getting a divorce, she wrote this long paper about why she wants the open marriage. I read some of it, but I'll put it all in this email for you. It said, "Honey, this is me being open and honest. Here's why I want an open marriage. I desire for greater sexual or emotional fulfillment, a need for more personal freedom and exploration. I feel a perceived lack of satisfaction within our relationship. I have unmet needs. I feel my emotional or physical needs are not being met within this marriage. Ever since I gained weight, you ignore me, while other men compliment my curves. Therefore, we have a lack of intimacy, communication issues, and differing desires in the relationship. I need sexual exploration. Babe, I have a strong desire to explore my sexuality beyond the confines of a monogamous relationship. I want new experiences, different types of intimacy, or simply a broader range of sexual expression. My personal growth and freedom are stagnated. I also feel stifled or limited by the traditional expectations of a monogamous marriage. I desire more freedom to explore my identity, pursue personal interests, or engage in experiences outside of the relationship. My desire for greater intimacy and connection. Ironically, some couples find that opening up their relationship can create a deeper level of intimacy and trust. By removing the pressure of being the sole source of fulfillment, honey, we can focus on building a stronger emotional connection and supporting each other's exploration. Also, in some cases, an open marriage can be a way to address existing challenges within the relationship. This can be a way to navigate infidelity, rekindle passion, or create a more equitable dynamic. It's not you, it's us. But we have a lack of sexual satisfaction. I feel sexually unsatisfied and unfulfilled in my marriage. I know I want an open relationship as a way to explore my desires and potentially find greater satisfaction. Desire for emotional connection outside the marriage. I feel a need for emotional intimacy or connection with others beyond you. After reading that, it just confirmed that she was freaking crazy so early last year. My ex-wife comes home from a night out with her other married friends. They attended a musical special based on Madonna and Lady Gaga. I know of the two singers, but I'm honestly not too familiar with their music. Like, I've heard songs obviously, but I never followed them. But I've always known that my soon-to-be ex-wife and her friends enjoyed Lady Gaga. My wife never played the music around me. I hear a couple tunes here and there, but she really listened. When she got with her friends, but with her cousins, they enjoyed more of the hip hop music. Anyway, they went out to this musical thing, whatever it was, and I didn't really think anything of it, but she came home talking about an open marriage and wanting to be free and all this other crap. I thought she was crazy and was drunk. I said, "What did they put in your drink?" She's laughing at me, saying I'm not joking. I'm serious, but let's be free. Like, why are we so traditional? It's 2024, we need to open up. Why live our lives this way? I said, "So what exactly are you getting at? Tell me, what are you talking about?" This is when she's asking me for the open marriage, telling me how great it's going to be, basically trying to convince me of it. I wasn't buying it, and I flat out told her, no. And if that's what you want, we're getting a divorce. She told me I was being silly. I said, no, we're not having it. Since you're serious about this, I'll find a lawyer. We're getting a divorce. I don't care how long we've been married. She didn't seem too upset. Like I said, the next day she gave me this letter to read, or a paper she wrote about why it's important that she should have an open marriage. You ask me, it all seems very selfish. It was all about her, what she needs, what she wants, not even concerning me, as if she's the only person within this marriage. I left our condo. We never owned a home. We were renting. It was just us two, no children, no pets. I'll pack my stuff, and I left. She saw me leaving, and she didn't seem to have any concern. I thought she'd given up, so I comfortably went to a lawyer. Weeks later, when she was served at our condo, is when she started begging for me to come back. She sent me this long text message expressing her love. My dearest hubby, I am writing this letter with a heart full of vulnerability and a deep sense of regret. I know things between us have been difficult lately, and I can't help but feel a profound sadness at the thought of losing you. The pain I feel thinking about us possibly ending, about our connection breaking, is unbearable. But as much as it hurts to face this reality, I need to try and explain the feelings that have led me to this point. You are the most important person in my life, the one I have shared my heart with, the one I have grown with, and the one I thought I would always share everything with. I realize now, perhaps too late, that we have both faced challenges in understanding one another's needs. I want you to know, from the very core of my being, that my desire for something different, an open marriage, does not reflect any lack of love or commitment to you. Quite the opposite, actually. It comes from a deep yearning to be honest with both myself and with you. I don't want to lose the beautiful bond we have built together. I want to evolve with you, to grow, to face life's challenges together, even the hard ones. The idea of an open marriage is not about distancing myself from you or replacing you, but rather exploring something new in a way that I believe could bring us closer. It's about finding freedom within our relationship, about embracing honesty and trust in new ways that can deepen our connection. I'm not asking you to embrace this idea right away or even at all, but to simply understand that this is something I need in order to feel whole, and I want to be open with you about it. I know this may seem confusing and difficult, and I don't expect immediate acceptance, but I'm asking you, from the bottom of my heart, to try to see beyond the fear and discomfort this idea might bring. Let's talk openly, explore how we can make this work, if at all, in a way that honors both of us and our relationship. My love for you is unwavering, and I want to find a way to make us both feel fulfilled without losing the deep connection we have. Please don't let this be the end of us. Let's not allow our love to fade because of something that scares us. I am not asking for an easy solution, just a willingness to talk, to understand, and to try to find a path that respects both of our needs. I love you more than words can express. I want to stay with you, and I want us to find a way to navigate this together. Please, let's keep fighting for us, for our love, and for the life we've built. I'm asking you to please not walk away just yet. Forever yours. I don't know how she knew I was at my sister's home, but that's the first place she came to after being served. She was screaming at the front door, saying she needed to talk to me, talking about how she fell to her knees when she was served divorce paper. My sister never liked my ex-wife. She couldn't stand her. She wanted to open the door and beat her up for banging on her door, but I told her not to do that. She just sat there laughing, saying, I told you this bitch was crazy. I know crazy when I see it. She definitely is. We can hear her outside the door saying, well, I'm leaving you a letter. Please read it and consider. I love you. I did read the stupid letter. My sister did as well. That didn't change me, and it didn't want me to go back with her. I was done. I took the advice from my lawyer and I stopped speaking to her. He told me no contact, and he informed her lawyer to not go stalking him, or she can face legal trouble. Also, I have to tell you something. I was reminded by a video you posted on your channel. I definitely looked past something that happened early on in our marriage, so let me explain the situation. We were newly married, but married long enough. I guess long enough for my soon-to-be ex-wife to start to feel like I'm being too controlling, and she's losing her own identity. We had a huge argument, so she wanted to know why we always went to my family's get-together and we never attended her family's get-togethers. This was the reason why I didn't like going to her family's get-togethers. They were what most of you probably would call ratchet. A bunch of blonde-haired suburban women in love with the hip-hop culture. They didn't grow up this way. Their parents didn't raise them this way, but my soon-to-ex-wife and her cousins, when they got together, they basically just turned ratchet. I couldn't stand the music they wanted to listen to. I couldn't stand how they'd act. It was embarrassing. If we went out, or if we even stayed in, I just didn't like it, and someone just had to have their phone on filming for TikTok, doing TikTok videos. You guys probably have seen me sitting in the background of some of those videos looking disgusted drinking a beer. One of my soon-to-be ex-wife's cousins is pretty big on TikTok, so the whole family is trying to take off on that platform. She wanted to off herself when the platform went away temporarily. Imagine if she actually did it and the platform comes back the next day. Oh, I just got reminded of something. Speaking of which, one of her cousins, who's trying to blow up on TikTok, deleted the app from their phone. She claimed she was that upset that they got rid of it, so she no longer needed it on her phone. When she found out that it was back online and back up for business, she realized she couldn't download it again. She went mad. Loke spiraled out of control, crazy. Me and my soon-to-be ex-wife and some other family members had to go to her house to calm her down. I think she really wanted to off herself. She kept saying she wasn't, but she was very distraught. I believe she was close to getting paid or monetizing on the platform, but she ruined everything. She ended up buying a phone from a friend. I hope she didn't spend big money like what I was hearing online. People were selling their phones for 50 grand with TikTok on it. It's ridiculous. So anyway, let me tell you about the red flag. So as you can tell, I don't really like my soon-to-ex-wife's family. So one day, my soon-to-be ex-wife was feeling like she was feeling, as if I was taking advantage of her. She was losing her identity. My family was just too boring. She didn't want to play chess or board games. She didn't like the fact that most of my family did not drink alcohol. So she told me she wanted to have a night out with her friends and her cousins. I said, sure, now I should not have done this because I had a gut feeling that something wasn't right. And I never really got to the bottom of it, but my gut told me something was wrong. So it was supposed to be a total of 7 girls, all going out, friends and family. One of my soon-to-be ex-wife's friends came over to the house to pick up my soon-to-be ex-wife. I asked where the other girls are, and they both claim that they're going to meet them somewhere. I said, okay, this is when I started asking questions, and I realized, wow, I have no idea where my wife is even going. And she just told me she was going out. I don't know any details. This isn't right, so I asked my soon-to-be ex-wife. I say, so where exactly are you ladies going? Are you going to dinner? Are you going to a bar? Are you going to a movie? She snaps on me. I have to tell you my every move? This is what I'm talking about. I didn't get married to lose my freedom. I can't go anywhere. What? You want my location too? She really just made me feel silly in a way. She really made me feel like I was being controlling, and I said I just want to know where you are. If you need me, I can help you. It's just a safety thing. She says, I just want to keep my identity while married. Baby, I love you and I will never cheat on you. What? Cheat? Who said anything about cheating? Why would you say that? She tells her friend, let's go. Then storms off saying, she'll do her makeup in the car, and she left. Like I said, this was early in our marriage. I was confused, and I was also pissed off. I didn't know where she was going. I didn't have her location, and then she talks about how she'll never cheat on me. Why bring that up? I just had this gut feeling that something was off. So one of the cousins that she was going out with is married, and I am actually pretty cool with the husband. He felt like me. He thought the family was too ghetto. Sometimes we'd randomly pop up at each other's houses without even calling. It's like we did each other a favor. Yes, thanks for coming. My wife was getting on my damn nerves, so I decided to just drive over without calling. He was there watching baseball. We both were into baseball, and his wife is home. Soon to be ex-wife's cousin, she's in the kitchen cooking, not looking like she's going anywhere. I didn't say anything. I thought to myself, though, who else was supposed to be at this girl's night out? I ended up calling one of my soon-to-be ex-wife's friends, who was also supposed to be going to this girl's night out. She picked up, and I was asking her, hey, sorry for calling you so late. I remember my wife and I let you borrow our juicer. Is it okay if I come pick it up tomorrow? We really need it. I could tell she had just woken up. She said, sure, that's fine. Why didn't you just text me? You woke me up out of my sleep. I said, I'm so sorry, it just hit me. I'm downstairs about to make some juice before I go to bed and realized that we didn't have it. I just thought to pick up the phone. You know what? It was silly that I called. Sorry, she said, whatever, knucklehead. Kiss my best friend for me. Good night. So that's proved that my wife lied about what she said. Lying to me about these girls for sure. We're going out with her for this girl's night out. They weren't even there with her. I decided to call my wife. I stepped outside onto the balcony. She did not answer, so I decided to FaceTime. The call ended quickly. So clearly she hung up on me. I texted her and I said, hey, what are you doing? She texted me back and says, I'm out with my friends. I told you. I said you never told me who you were going out with. You don't tell me anything. What has gotten into you? She texts me back and tells me everybody that she's supposed to be out with, including the two women that I confirmed that are not out with her. Clearly she was lying. I texted her back and told her I'm at her cousin's house, whom she named in text, and she's clearly not with her, and I called her friend, whom she also named in text, and she is not there either. My soon-to-be ex-wife then FaceTimes me. She's in the car with her friend that she left the house with, saying I'm coming home now. You're effing ridiculous. I can't have any freedom, and clearly you need control. I'm coming home. I left and went home as well, and we argued for days. She was pissed thinking I was controlling her, and I was pissed thinking she possibly cheated. I got a hold of her phone, etc., and never found any evidence of her cheating then. What ended this rift between us was her coming to me begging for forgiveness. She came to me crying, talking about she hasn't been a good wife. I honestly thought she was about to tell me that she slept with someone, but she said her bickering and complaining is her not being a good wife. She understands that I just want to protect her, and I'm not trying to control her, but I'm just trying to be her husband and lead this family. One day we are to have kids, and she understands that she needs me to be there and needs me to be in control. She kept apologizing. Like an idiot, I forgave her. I look back now and I say, what if I've gotten rid of her back then? Just for the freaking disrespect she showed me and just going off of my gut feeling. I would have never ended up in a situation where she's coming to me asking for an open marriage. Now, I do believe I reacted quickly when she asked me for the open marriage. I said, no can do. And you can be single now. You're a single woman. Go be on your own. But if I would have ended it back when she was showing that disrespect, and I feel like she went out on a date or something with someone, maybe even slept with someone before or after that incident while we were arguing, if I would have nipped it in the bud then, I would have never had to go through anything. Who knows, I could be a rich man right now or something, because I would have put my energy into something else. I know that's probably far-fetched, but I'm serious. Something better than what I'm going through now. I just want out of this freaking marriage. True story, if you want any more information, just let me know and I'll give it to you. Anyone in the comments have any questions, just let me know. But I'll return. So, Monday is our first divorce hearing. February 10th. This weekend, I'm just going to enjoy the Super Bowl and relax. I bet some friends on the game. Go Eagles! I'll email you after the hearing for an update. Hopefully you can use this. Thanks.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing. But I love that you kept it honest. Hey guys, I have to be real with you all. In the past, I ignored a red flag. This is what happened. Yeah, that was a red flag. She went out on a date, or she tried to go sleep with someone, or she did sleep with someone. And she might have done it before that night. She might have done it after that night. Because when she came apologize, I've been through this before too. She came apologizing to you. I'm so sorry. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Blah, blah, blah. I had an incident once where I thought something was weird, but I kept ignoring my gut feeling too, just like you. And that next day, the girl I was dealing with, she was just acting so different. You know, telling me all this stuff, being extra sweet. And she had never been like that before. Like she was more of a, I'm gonna try to be chill and I don't like to express myself as much. I remember her so well. In this particular morning, she was just so extra sweet and telling me how great I was. And I just thought it was so weird. And I found out the night before that she had cheated on me. She had slept with someone else. I said, wow. So she might have slept with someone else. That's why she came to you apologizing. I'm not being the perfect wife and I need to do this. And you're the leader of our family. It's all bullcrap. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Guys, if you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I put it on the screen. That is truestorynation@gmail.com. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one.
Update on soon to be ex-wife. True story, thank you so much for reading my story. I didn't know you were going to get to it. I didn't even see your reply to me. Anyway, we had our divorce hearing on the 10th of this week. My ex-wife has turned over a new leaf. I thought she didn't care about me. I thought she was excited for this divorce, so she can go have an open marriage. No, she wants counseling. She doesn't want a divorce. I was watching the game Sunday. She was texting me like crazy, and yes, for anyone listening, I did block her original number. She texted me from a different number. I did respond. My team was winning, so there goes my bet. I cashed out pretty well, so I wasn't too into the game anymore because my team was going to win, and I was in a good mood. I had a few drinks in me, so it was just funny to me to watch her beg and beg. My brother was there too. We were just sitting there watching the text messages come in. I'll show you all the text messages right here, or I'll put it in the email. How about that? Ex-wife. Hey, I've been thinking a lot. I'm sorry. Look, I don't think I want this open marriage anymore. I definitely don't want a divorce. Me. Wait, what? Where is this coming from? Our divorce hearing is tomorrow. Ex-wife. I just feel like it's not working for me. I thought it would help us, but honestly, I just miss us. Me. I don't know what to say. We both agreed to this. It's been fine, hasn't it? Ex-wife. Maybe for you, but for me, it's been really hard. I feel like we're drifting apart instead of growing together. Me. I didn't realize you felt that way. Ah, well, I want out. Ha! You really think I want to stay with your Ash? Ex-wife. Yes, I did. I guess I was foolish to believe that. Me. Yep. You are a very foolish gal. Ex-wife. Let's just go to counseling. I think we need help reconnecting. Really talking about everything. Me. Counseling? Nothing can save this marriage. You will forever belong to the streets. It's who you are. It's in your DNA. Ex-wife. Honey, please, we need it. If we want to fix this. If you want to fix this. Me. I don't want to fix this. Divorce will make everything better. Go be free and sleep with whomever you want. Ex-wife. You're breaking my heart. I thought she was freaking crazy, but I guess I had enough alcohol in me to think that it was just funny to me. The fact that she was begging all of a sudden, I truly thought she was okay with the divorce. I figured she was out banging someone else. I really didn't think she cared. I was up late that night, even though I had to be at court early in the morning. I was good for getting up. I stayed at my brother's house. He gets up early for work, so I knew I wouldn't have any issues. I got up, got ready, and I headed down. I talked with my lawyer before I left the house. I met with him. We sat and talked for a good 20 minutes before I even saw my ex-wife. When I saw her, I could tell she was crying. I've been with her long enough to know. She looked so sad. She had this puppy dog face. I could tell she just wanted me to take her back so bad. I could not lose the smirk on my face. My lawyer even looked at me and said, "Man, you're devious." He told me to get it together. It's time to be serious. He'll handle all the talking. He told me not to jump out of line. The judge doesn't like that at all. If she does it, then it's a good look for us. We both met the judge before we went into the room. I don't know why I thought we were going to go until a big courtroom. For some reason in my head, I pictured the TV show Divorce Court. It's nothing like that. It's just my lawyer, her lawyer, and the judge. That's it. But he still treats it like it's a courtroom, because I guess technically it is. Judge, we are here today to address the matter of Smith versus Smith. Counsel for the petitioner, please begin. There was about 35 minutes of discussion that I'm sure you all would rather not hear about. Honestly, it's very personal, and I wouldn't want to speak about it, but it broke my soon-to-be ex-wife down pretty bad. But the part about her begging for counseling really set her over the edge. My lawyer, Mr. Anderson. Thank you, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Smith, has filed for divorce on the grounds of infidelity. He believes this marriage is beyond repair, and he is requesting that the court proceed with dissolution without further delay. Wife's lawyer, Miss Carter. Your Honor, my client, Mrs. Smith, strongly opposes this divorce. She believes that this marriage can and should be saved. My client is requesting that the court order marriage counseling as a prerequisite to any final ruling on the dissolution. Judge, Mr. Anderson, your response. Mr. Anderson, Your Honor, while we understand that Mrs. Smith may not want this divorce, the reality is that my client has made his decision. He has the legal right to end this marriage if he no longer wishes to be in it. Mandating counseling would serve no purpose if one party is not open to reconciliation. Miss Carter, Your Honor, this is a marriage. Don't vows mean anything? My client loves her husband. It is not something that should be dissolved so easily. The state recognizes the value of marriage and encourages every reasonable effort to preserve it. Forcing both parties to attend counseling would be a reasonable step before allowing this divorce to proceed. Mr. Anderson, Your Honor, my client has been betrayed. He has no desire to open up his marriage to other women and men. He has made numerous efforts to communicate with Mrs. Smith, but their conflicts remain unresolved. Forcing him into counseling against his will would not only be futile, but also an infringement on his right to choose his own future. Miss Carter, Your Honor, if Mr. Smith is so sure this marriage cannot be saved, what harm would it do to attend counseling for a few months? If nothing changes, then at least we can be certain that every effort was made. However, if there is any chance at reconciliation, isn't it worth exploring before the court finalizes such a life-altering decision? Mr. Anderson, Your Honor, with all due respect, Marriage is a mutual agreement. It cannot be sustained by force or court intervention. My client is not asking for permission to leave his marriage. He is exercising his legal right to do so. Counseling cannot and should not be imposed upon an unwilling participant. Judge: Miss Carter, let me ask you this. Have the parties previously attended counseling on their own? Miss Carter: No, Your Honor, but my client has repeatedly asked her husband to go to counseling, and he has refused. She still believes they can work through their issues with the help of a professional. Judge: And Mr. Smith's position remains firm that he does not wish to reconcile. Mr. Anderson: That is correct, Your Honor. Judge: I understand that this is a difficult and emotional matter, but the court cannot force someone to remain in a marriage against their will. While I recognize Mrs. Smith's desire to save this relationship, marriage is a voluntary institution. If one party does not wish to continue, then the court must respect that decision. Miss Carter: Your Honor. Judge: No, Miss Carter. I have heard both sides. There is no legal basis to force counseling in this case. The motion for mandatory marriage counseling is denied. The divorce proceedings will continue as scheduled. Miss Carter: Understood, Your Honor. Mr. Anderson: Thank you, Your Honor. Judge: Court is adjourned. True story. My soon-to-be ex-wife put on a scene in the hallway, leaving the courthouse. I couldn't believe she was acting this way. She felt like her world was over. She started screaming, saying she was going to off herself in front of everyone. People staring. Officers had to run to her aid and calm her down. Her lawyer couldn't do it anymore. She kept saying, "I'm going to off myself. I'm going to off myself." The officers were just trying to get her to her car so she can leave, but she's the reason she ended up in cuffs. My soon-to-be ex-wife tried to grab an officer's weapon. I sat there and I watched the entire thing. Once that happened, they tackled her to the ground and they arrested her. She started screaming that her knee was hurting and they were harming her. Talking to my lawyer, he told me that reaching for a police officer's weapon can result in a charge of disarming a police officer or assaulting a police officer. These are serious offenses that can result in a prison sentence. I learned yesterday morning that she is being charged with a violent felony. Crap even made the news yesterday morning. I spoke with my lawyer and I asked what happens if she goes to prison. Can I still divorce her? My lawyer said that it can significantly impact the process by potentially delaying the finalization of the divorce, especially if the charges are serious and could affect custody arrangements, asset division, or spousal support due to the potential impact on their income and ability to contribute to the marital estate. In most cases, the divorce proceedings may be postponed until the criminal case is resolved. So, they will deal with her criminal situation first. My lawyer also said if she happens to get time after being found guilty, I can still divorce her and proceedings will continue. I can't believe this crap is happening right now. It looks like I just have to wait, unfortunately.